Much like military and aerospace applications, medical devices must be X-ray inspected so you can assure the quality of the product you're putting out there. Now, over the years, we've worked with medical device companies 3 different stages of their product life. We have the companies that engage us pre-market, so before they put something out, they reach out to figure out how to design for inspection, right? People talk about design for manufacturability or DFM. We developed DFI, design for inspection, so that you know that you can perform the best inspection at the lower cost possible. The second stage we talk to medical device companies is when product is already in the market and they're getting produced, and then those companies realize, we need that extra level of inspection. That's when they bring X-ray inspection into their process, and we help them to deploy X-ray systems like this one, or fully automated ones with robots, conveyor belts, so that they can match the throughput that they need to keep the production line working, all the way to artificial intelligence, so the systems can be fully autonomous. The third stage we engage with medical device companies, the least fun stage, which is when they have a recall, right? So that's when those companies are really under a lot of stress. Product has been discovered to be defective in the field. Things are coming back, maybe the FDA is involved, and now they have to X-ray inspect, they have to up their quality process. We get involved then to help them make sure that whatever happened never happens again, right? And we give them the traceability, the multiple check assurances so it won't happen again, and that whatever caused the problem is fixed, and they can show, those companies can show the FDA, for example, that the new process to manufacture the product fixes whatever has caused issue in the past. Now, let's go back to basics. What is X-ray inspection and how does it work? So I brought up here a pretty common, it's an EpiPen. So it's an auto injector. It has medication. It has 2 springs, one for the recoil, one for the thrust of the needle here. And as you can see, the package is opaque, right? So if I have a microscope, if I have a camera, I can't really see if the product is good or not, right? So imagine if you are a medical device company and you are making devices like this, have springs, have electronics, it has needles, it has pumps, all these things inside a box that's opaque. X-ray inspection is the modality that will allow you to see through the package so you can properly assess if this product is good or not. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. So I'm gonna put this device inside our X-ray chamber, which is right here. I'm gonna put later on the stage, click a button, and you're gonna see the X-ray image right here in my monitor, and we're gonna go over what can you do with that image. So let's do it right now. So now that the sample is inside the X-ray chamber, I close the door, and with that, all the interlocks are engaged, meaning that there's no radiation coming out of this box. It's fully safe. And by the way, in the process of installing the machine in your facility, we do a full X-ray radiation inspection to make sure that indeed there's no radiation coming out of the system. So it's perfectly safe to operate the system, even in an office environment like this one. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and push this button here to turn on the X-ray source. And in a matter of seconds, as you can see, we have the X-ray image of the whole EpiPen, right? So what you see here in an X-ray image is the lighter parts of the image are the lighter parts of the sample, right? So in this case, this very light gray here is air, right? There's nothing there. The darker areas here represent denser parts of the sample. In this case, the metal in the springs, the thrust spring and the recoil spring right here. And some of the things that you look for in the specific sample for quality, right? We have if the springs are correctly positioned, or if in any way they are defective and they've been compressed incorrectly and they don't sit in the plastic casing of this medical device. We can check if the needle is straight or if there's any way damaged, right? We have a CT example that Anthony is going to put on the link here that shows how you can use computer vision to properly figure out if this needle is straight, or if there's a kink at the end, or if it's bent in the middle. We can also check if the medication here is filled out properly, or if you have voids in this area that will cause bubbles being inserted in somebody's body, which is pretty bad. Lastly, we can check the thrust spring to look for any defects or any broken pieces of the plastic casing. I can go ahead and change the density of my imaging so I can highlight the plastic pieces if I'm looking for that kind of defect. So X-ray inspection is an incredible way to quickly assess if your device is ready to market, or if it's already marketed, if it's complying with your quality standards. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you are a manufacturer of medical devices, you're interested in learning more about X-ray inspection, you know who to call.